You've probably seen Sleepy Hollow Farm on Instagram or TikTok.
From here, we'll stop by the famous Sleepy Hollow Farm, which we've all seen all over social media.
When the leaves change, this quaint little spot rivals Grand Central Station.
This is insane.
Hundreds of cars line the narrow road trying to get that perfect pic.
It's worth dealing with the crowds because this is the most picturesque place in Vermont.
The problem is, it's not an actual tourist destination, but somebody's private residence.
Bunch of people who want to take Instagram pictures are basically swarming to this cute little neighborhood. To do so, it's a town in Vermont, and they have officially had it with all of this. The tourists who want to get a trendy photo of themselves with awesome, aesthetically pleasing fall foliage has been a major inconvenience. They're walking all over private property. They're disturbing the residents. And so the residents did take some action, okay? The hamlet of Pomfret, Vermont, successfully petitioned to close a road near Sleepy Hollow Farm from September 23rd through October 15th. The farm is a private property, not an official tourist destination, which is why this has become such a huge problem, right? Like if this was a public space, not a problem at all. Come take your social media photos, not an issue. But it is an issue when it's a private area and you have like dozens of people at a time showing up to take photos. Some people fly drones over the property to capture the foliage. The actual owners of the farm haven't spoken publicly, but here are some of the farm's neighbors explaining what they've had to deal with.
People showing up and walking all over private property and peeing on the side of the road and on private property.
Neighbors like Mike Doughton and Amy Robb say it's out of control.
We see people in dressing rooms, like they bring dressing rooms to change in different outfits and take pictures.
And it's not just privacy, it's safety too. Emergency vehicles often forced to wait in the traffic.
Look, I think instead of going through the process of trying to get roads shut down or whatever, you hit up Macaulay Culkin and try to figure out how to set traps all around the neighborhood because these people must pay for what they're doing. I would lose my mind. No, but in all honesty, I'm glad that they actually did something about it because, yeah, you live in this beautiful, picturesque place and you have a bunch of like attention-seeking people looking for the perfect Instagram photo. It would drive me nuts.
Yeah, so there's a couple parts to this story. First, when people ask you to leave them alone, generally speaking, maybe we leave them alone. Maybe we respect other people's wishes, but nobody does that anymore, I know. Second of all is that I didn't know that this is gonna date me a little bit, but a couple of years ago when my wife started saying when we were on a trip, oh, that's an Instagram site, or that's Instagram this, Instagram that. I was like, I didn't understand what she was saying at all. And I didn't ask for a little while, but like on the third one I finally asked, but I was like, and I was thinking in the back of my head, did Instagram set up a booth there or something? What does an Instagram site mean, right? But then we were in the desert and I'm like, there's no way Instagram has a booth here. Okay, so, and then of course I asked and they're like, no, this is like the place where everybody takes the Instagram shot.
Yes.
And to me, I instantly thought like, how unbelievably uncreative.
Okay.
Like if you're going to where everyone else is taking this shot, then why did you go? Like,
no, Cenk. I don't know how you are not aware of this, but there is an Instagram photo site near us. Okay, near
I know where that is.
Near our place of employment. Don't give away anything else, okay? But
it doesn't matter because there's Instagram sites everywhere. That's no clue at all.
These people, they back up traffic so they can take their cheesy ass photos with that cheesy ass backdrop. And I can't stand it. It makes me crazy. I gotta get to work and you're blocking the road with your nonsense. You ain't cute, no one wants to see your photo. Let me do you a favor and tell you what everyone's thinking but isn't telling you.
I mean, look.
The wall doesn't make it better. It doesn't make it better. Go home.
Okay.
Go to work. Go hang out with a friend.
Guys, the foliage, if you can't find pretty foliage in Vermont in the fall, except that one spot, you really suck at this. I mean, there are a million places in Vermont, let alone Maine, let alone the entire East Coast, where you can get gorgeous pictures.
These people.
And gorgeous pictures that are unique and hence make your Instagram handle or whatever account a little bit more interesting than everyone else taking the same goddamn picture. So I love you, brothers and sisters, but it ain't worth it. I mean, people are so obsessed. This is my favorite fact. I mean, it's a terrible, disastrous fact. But on average these days, 100 people a year die from taking selfies. So they'll go to dangerous spots. They'll be like off a cliff, like, oh, look at this. It's an Instagram site. And so there's a place in Taiwan, which is an Instagram site, super steep stairs, right, in the public.
Yep.
And it's super crowded. So as it's like people are pushing and going forward on these super steep stairs, people are like taking selfies. And there at least like our friends were like warning, like, oh, don't take selfies because like 3 people died this year here. Like, you're like, is it really worth it, guys? Is it worth it?
No, there's more. Let's get back to the story because it's not just that they're swarming this area and the residents, the people actually living there are irritated by that. But it's also the fact that they're pigs and they're leaving a bunch of trash behind.
Now I'm really bad.
Yeah.
Before, like, hey, traffic, you live in a beautiful place. It's kind of like almost a sign of respect, but no, I get it, you don't want it. But you're gonna leave trash behind? No, I'm super mad.
So Mike Doughton told the press that last year he collected 2 bags of trash along the road in just 2 weeks, okay? He says it's a little disappointing. They're out in a beautiful spot because it's beautiful. And then they throw trash. I don't get it. I don't get it either,
exactly what
Mike.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I don't get it either, Mike. Now in 2022, the town's highway department made the street one way, but stopped short of closing it altogether. So closing the road has been a bit of a process, okay? So Pomfret Select Board Vice Chair John Peters Jr. said at the time, quote, "We toyed with the idea of closing the road except for local traffic, but we figured it would exacerbate the problem and cause people to park at either end and try to walk in." But neighbors weren't buying it, so at that point they decided to petition to close the road to outside traffic and basically put up the money to cover the necessary cost to do it. Now an online fundraising page created earlier this year called Save Cloudland Road aimed to raise $25,000 to hire sheriff's deputies to manage temporary road closures and increase signage in the area. So far, over $14,000 worth of donations have poured in, and their efforts did pay off. In August, the Board of Selectmen announced temporary road closures in the area from September 25th through October 15th, okay? Now, there are other tourist destinations that are, well, other areas that are not tourist destinations that have become tourist destinations because of the perfect Instagram photo backdrop. So for instance, Hallstatt, Austria, which resembles the kingdom of Arendelle from Disney's Frozen, draws more than 1 million visitors annually. That spurred the 750 people who live there to block the lone road into town. And anyone heading to Venice, Italy will have to pay a newly approved €5 tax for day trippers, while another town in the country, Portofino, hands out $300 tickets to anyone who lingers too long in selfie spots. I love people who take action. I really do. I respect it.
God bless, makes sense. But there is an irony in this story. Since it's a story, more people will wanna go. Okay, in fact, I read that thing about Frozen in Austria and I was like, ooh, my daughter would love that. So don't take my judgment totally the wrong way. I've done your drug at different times too. In fact, a lot of people have done that drug in different ways throughout different times. We used to have this road that got super congested by my house in New Jersey, my parents' house in New Jersey. You know why? Because it's a tiny little one lane road, and one of the houses there, somebody said that they saw the Virgin Mary once. I don't know if it was in a dream or in a Danish or whatever, right? And every weekend, just hundreds of people in that tiny little road because they wanted to see the Virgin Mary. Now, the Instagram pictures At least you get a picture and it looks nice. So
no, they get something out of seeing the Virgin Mary in their minds, right?
But the Virgin Mary only came once. I looked into it, and that lady said she saw the Virgin Mary once. And people are coming back like, and why is the Virgin Mary going to come back on Sunday? Why wouldn't she come back on Tuesday?
I know, but it's religion, and it's not about anything being true. It's about how it makes you feel, right?
Yeah, like a good salesman.
Right.
Somebody wrote that in about Trump earlier.
But I could respect that. I respect that more than like wanting to take a photo of yourself and like posting it.
Nope.
Really?
Maybe we should do a poll on it. No, I respect the Instagram. Don't leave.
I don't respect any of you, okay? Not you, the audience, but people who inconvenience others without thinking much about what they're putting them through. Like, respect others. That's it. You want to take a good picture? That's fine, but just be considerate of the area you're taking the photo in. That's all.
But no, the Virgin Mary folks are definitely worse because
You're
really,
such a hater, man.
No. Really, the Virgin Mary came to New Jersey.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, all right. It would be a curious choice.
Crazier things.
I love my home state, but it would be a curious choice. She's like, I'm going back to Jerusalem. No, Piscataway. I'm thinking of going to Piscataway. Okay. It wasn't Piscataway, but you get the point.